I've been. All in my phone, I got options. And I don't wanna tell you to drop it, but I don't wanna play your fair. Yeah, something that makes me look at you too often. But baby, you can give it something. Baby, I can run all the time. Baby, I'm talking crazy. I need you running my space, but I need it, baby. I'm late, but I still can check in with you. I know that I need my friends, but I wouldn't wanna leave. You know, I wouldn't wanna bleed. Even my heart, my mind, and my body. Say it. My mind, and my body. My body says it.
Hey y'all, hey, happy Saturday, happy Saturday. Welcome back. Hey Kimberly, I got my co-host Kimberly Black in the building.
Good evening, Jill and
Good
everyone.
evening. And just read my book. It's running a little late, so she will join in with us. How y'all doing? I hope y'all having an amazing weekend. Thanks for joining us. We are back with Bridgerton, and we are on season 4. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm excited, y'all, because it's already kicking off, and it is good. I hope y'all watched episode 1 and 2 of season 4. Hey, Linda B, welcome back, girl. Hey, girl. Hey. I hope you are doing well. Um, so I hope that I don't know what I thought I heard my bell ringing. Anyway, I gotta get used to the new surroundings, y'all. The new surroundings. I'm hearing shit, and I still gotta put up my ring cam and all that stuff. Oh God, it's just sitting here looking at me. But anywho, so have you enjoyed season 4 thus far? For those who's watching, how about you, Kimberly?
I absolutely have enjoyed it. I had to review it again because I had
Mm-hmm.
reviewed it in the past, and I enjoyed it again. It's good to see the characters
Same.
this season of characters that they have.
It is. It is. It's interesting. I know Linda B told me that she went ahead and watched the whole season. She said, "I can't wait for y'all,"
That's
I,
good.
which is
Go ahead.
good because then
Yeah.
now you right along, beside us, and you caught up, and you are ready to rock and roll, right, Linda B?
Yeah, you can hit that link, Linda B, because that restream link is in the chat. They
Okay, most definitely. I need to see the Bridgerton whole settle down. Oh God, that is so. What's up, foot soldier? Welcome back, honey. Happy Saturday. Excuse me. Why is let me see. Why is the whole in the family my favorite? Oh God, I do love me some Benedict though. I do. Well, you see, this is our new schedule. We'll be here every Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, at least until we finish this, because season 5 is not coming until 2027. But meanwhile, we'll find something else to watch over at Just Read My Books. Okay. Well,
Mhm.
I'm gonna do a quick recap of season 4, I mean season 3, so we can jump right on into this thing. All right. You ready?
Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go.
Let's get it. Let's go. All right, so season 3 of Bridgerton centers on the long and awaited romance between Penelope Featherton and Colin Bridgerton. After years of secretly loving Colin, Penelope decides it is finally time to move on. She gives herself a new look and enters the marriage market determined to find a husband. Ironically, Colin offers to help Penelope become more confident with potential suitors. But those lessons eventually cause him to realize that his feelings for his longtime friend are much deeper than friendship. Their relationship quickly turns romantic, leading to Colin proposing to Penelope. But there is one huge problem. Penelope is Lady Whistledown, and Colin has no idea. When Colin eventually discovers the truth, he feels hurt and betrayed, putting serious strain on their relationship. Meanwhile, Cressida Culper attempts to claim the Lady Whistledown identity and later blackmails Penelope. Instead of continuing to hide, Penelope finally takes control of her own story. In one of the season's biggest moments, she publicly reveals to Queen Charlotte in the entire town that she is Lady Whistledown. Colin ultimately accepts that Lady Whistledown is part of the woman he loves, and Penelope begins writing openly under her own name. I don't see her back here. Oh, okay, now she is. My bad.
Hey, I was backstage in StreamYard. There was a StreamYard link in the email I clicked.
A StreamYard. I don't even
Yes.
have StreamYard open. I don't know what link that could be.
It was in the email thread. I was looking for the link and I said she's on Restream, but I'm in StreamYard. I'm sorry.
Oh, no problem. I was like, where's she at?
That's funny.
Oh my goodness. Good evening. Good evening. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna close out and then we can chitty chat. Okay, where was I? Oh, okay, there we go. The season ends with Colin and Penelope happily married and welcoming a baby boy, their new heir to the estate. Meanwhile, Francesca Bridgerton marries John Sterling. Benedict explores a new side of himself and his relationships, and Eloise decides to leave London for Scotland,
Mm,
setting the stage for new stories within the Bridgerton family. So,
mm,
season 3 was really about friendships turning into love, secrets being exposed, finding your voice, and learning to accept yourself and the people you love for who
mm,
they truly are. I love that.
mm.
That pretty much sums up every season
Yeah, that's
because
true.
every season there are secrets,
Mm,
uh friendships turning into love or enemies turning to love one another, and in learning to accept who you are, and
mm,
just being that strong person. So that kind of sums up Bridgerton 1 through 3 seasons, because baby, it's always some drama and secrets going on. Hello. Okay. Well, good evening. Just read my book. Welcome back, honey. You ready? You ready for season 4, girl?
I am indeed. It was good.
Ooh, okay. You enjoying it so far?
I am, but I had a little disappointment for starters, but I'm liking it. I'm enjoying
Okay.
it.
Okay. So I tell you, when you get deeper into it, I always say that season 1 and 2 was my favorite for
Yeah,
me so
good.
far.
Yeah,
Uh,
season one was absolutely that
everything.
was the best. Yes, that was the
It
best.
was
I'm enjoying
everything.
the other ones too, but something I think it was Simon and his
Oh,
and yeah.
yes. They went deeper into, it seems like the when the seasons go on, they move quicker. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's kind of like they don't dwell. See, season one, they let you taste it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you
You
got
was tasting it.
backstory.
You got backstories, the sex scenes, the emotions, the yeah. They put a lot of oomph into it, so it was really great. And I guess pretty much, Shonda Rhimes probably had to figure out a way how to cut it even shorter so she could fit things in. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I could get that. I could get that. But I'm enjoying it thus far. Look at Linda B.
Oh yeah, it's. I like that it does move at a fast pace. It doesn't leave any blanks or gaps. You do know what's going on, but they just don't take a whole lot of time lingering and
Yeah,
stretching it out. So you do know what's going on, but you gotta watch. If you miss an episode, you miss the whole season. Just like
true.
yeah.
True. So, I mean, kicking it in and getting into season 4, episode 1, right? And it
Mhm.
starts off, excuse me, y'all. I need to get me something to drink. And it starts off with Francesca and Eloise return home, which I was so excited about that because I was like, I can't wait to hear the storyline, what they've been up to. So I'm excited for that to get into, Eloise adventure and Francesca's. But and Penelope had a baby, as you said, the baby had the baby, and Victoria is hosting the first ball masquerade.
Mm.
Mm, right? So,
No,
oh, yeah. What?
Lady Bridgerton. Her name is Victoria.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, Lady Bridgerton. Sorry.
Okay.
Lady Bridgerton, yes, is Victoria. Sorry. I should have said that.
No,
So,
I'm. So,
yes,
okay.
that's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
Yeah, her name is Victoria. Now, it starts off with these maids. They are just gossiping.
So, and I love it.
I do too.
I love it. I love it that the underbelly of the Bridgerton mansion has people talking. I love it.
Yes.
I
Yes.
love it.
And because you all know the maids and stuff, they know all the secrets, juicy
They
stuff.
know where all
They
the
see
skeletons are.
exactly because they be seeing everything with they nosy tail, like they acting like they cutting them potatoes. They cutting them potatoes and cutting the eye at your ass too. Okay. So I do love it. And you
I
have to,
what
huh?
I really liked about that when that first scene where they showed the housekeepers and the maid services and all of that is how it's really like another town to me. It put me in the mind of another town inside of a town. Like
Yes.
that's where they I have their own. Everybody has their own tasks to do. They have all these
Yeah.
bells ringing for each room, so you know who's calling for what thing that they need in their room, their servant quarters or whatever. I thought it's very, very like a hotel. It reminds me of that hotel type of environment.
Right. And then they all assigned to a specific child.
Right, right.
Mhm.
They all are assigned to a specific child, which I
Hmm.
thought was very smart. That way, you get to know. You know what I'm saying? You assigned to this child, so that everything they do, you need to be on it. Okay, ain't no
Mm,
such thing as running late. Something ain't ready. Okay,
right, right. But
because you are assigned to this child and
yeah, like they
therefore
chaperone,
therefore
their chaperone or their
exactly they
guardian or
chaperone
something. Hmm.
exactly. Linda B said just like in the early season when the Victoria and someone else was saying, how can we spread the news, right? Yeah, them maids is something else.
Hmm. That's right. That's
um
right.
I mean next week to answer.
Oh, okay.
Um, yeah, I was, but I like buckwheat. Mhm. Mm. Yes. So okay, so they're in there. Benedict is still being a hoe. They go, Linda B hoe.
Ah,
They gonna let the be. If Benedict know he is something else,
He
boy.
says he's a free spirit.
He's
Okay.
free spirit.
He's
You're
a free
right.
spirit.
Free
Mhm.
me. Uh-huh. I get it. Benedict know he's a mess. Boy.
Well, it was very telling too when they were all greeting. They were all coming back for the first thing. They were all coming back home to Bridgerton, and they were having like their family reunion type thing. And Benedict was missing, in AKA
Mm,
he was not there present for the return of his siblings. And so when the
she was
mother was
pissed.
like, where is Benedict at?" And nobody knew where he was, I was like, "Uh-oh.
She
Here
Hmm
knew
we
where he
go."
was. She knew where he
It,
was.
She knew. She knew. She was pissed. She said, get the horse, get the carriage.
Carriage.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. And wait a minute. First of all, when she bust in there, that
Mm,
how it was a mess in there. And did you see how the girl ain't had no shame in her game? Your mother, and she laid back down.
mm,
Girl,
mhm.
no
It wasn't just one
shame.
girl, it was
It was
multiple girls.
yeah, it was
Yeah,
multiple.
he had
She was
multiple women at that bachelor's pad.
I'm glad she didn't see
baby.
that guy in there. Guy laid up in there when she discovered
Ooh,
that.
girl, could you
Ooh.
imagine? She probably would have fell out. Mm. I mean, just
Mhm.
got up and said your mother and laid back down. What up, Ronnie Q? Hey, Greg. Yeah. She just laid back down. I said, girl, my mama would have snatched you by your hair. I
Yeah.
know you see me coming this goddamn road. Better
She told me,
get
she
your
said,
clothes and get
move.
out.
He got out the way. She said, I
Oh,
want to see my son.
she
Mhm.
said, yeah. He was like, it's disorganized. What he said,
It's in
disorganized or
disarray. It's in
disarray.
disarray.
She said, yeah, I'm gonna be something. I got to disarray. Some shit she said. I said, baby, that is too much. I said, these girls ain't had no shame in their game, baby. He was having a fun. Okay.
Mm,
But
mm,
how
mm.
Mhm.
embarrassed was that? She
He
said,
wasn't embarrassed. He didn't
hell
seem to be.
no.
He wasn't embarrassed at the slightest bit.
Hey,
He,
Muffy. Hey, girl. Hey.
He was too hungover. It was over
He
there
was
and it was
tore
done.
up, yeah, bro. Like, oops.
Yep.
Listen, she said, where's your escort?
those
I
are women
said,
of the night. They don't need escorts. They
Okay,
are the
like
exactly. They
escorts.
are the
They are the
escort.
escorts.
you
Okay.
already knew. How
Let's
They
be
about where's
clear.
they are the escorts. They came to bring your son a little 90 some punani. Okay. Mhm. All right. But anyway, he's a mess. He is a mess. But after talking with his mother, and she was saying, "Come on, it's time for you to settle down." And he's telling Benedict, telling her, "No, none of these women have no personalities. I mean, they look all right, and they're beautiful and all, but they don't have no personality about themselves. So
Right.
I'm not really interested. Like I'm not." Now, of course, Queen Charlotte bitching as always. She all mad because Penelope late. Where's this girl? I gotta. What's going on? Talk about she wants something. She want a preview of the newsletter before it goes published. And she said she ain't dressing up. She said I'd rather go as myself. I'm the queen, baby. I ain't
Mm,
wearing no mask.
She sure
yes.
did. She said, "I'll go dressed as somebody else."
She
And
said,
me.
I will be dressing as myself. Hello. Like I'm the queen. You better recognize. I don't know what y'all talking about. And she showed up just as that. She wasn't playing. Okay. She showed up as herself, just as she said she would. Now they had the Cinderella theme. Thank you, Muffy. They had the Cinderella theme, the whole how Cinderella lost her glass shoe, so she lost a glove. You know what I mean? But
That's the
everyone
thing.
looked, huh?
I'm sorry. You see, that's the thing. That's what disappointed me a bit. It was very predictable. I said, "Are we going to have a Cinderella moment?" And we did indeed.
Yeah,
That was
it
too
was.
predictable, and I didn't expect it to be that way. But it was still
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. It was very entertaining.
Yeah, yeah, and the whole the fairy tale, the Cinderella fairy tale. Yeah, it was entertaining still, but I did pick up on it. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like,
Yeah,
okay, because then you didn't have to really think or try to figure it out. Like it was no kind of like aha moment. You know what I'm saying? Because you kind of could put the pieces together. Because we
yeah.
all know the Cinderella story, but
right.
everyone looked amazing. Shonda Rhimes again. Okay, Queen here is laid. Everybody,
Yes.
the dresses was and the mask for the masquerade party. Everyone mask was hitting except for the Asian lady, the mean mother. Ugh.
Well, you notice they
Anyway,
have her wearing black too. She wears
yeah,
black.
she
That
wearing black. That's what she
she's letting
should.
you know she's the villain in this
Right.
scenario.
She
Hmm.
even looks the
Mhm.
part. Her that
She
face, that mug,
does.
she looks so
Yeah,
mean.
she got that rest bitch face. They just looking ugh, like everything pissed her off. Like even talking to Lady Bridgerton. You know, she
Yeah,
was like,
wasn't
"Oh,
she a
I
little
haven't seen
mean? She was
you
a
in a
little
while."
curt.
She's all like, you know,
Mhm.
just mad at the world. Just go sit down somewhere. Just go sit down. Okay, with your broke ass.
That's what it is.
You broke broke
But we
ass.
don't know that she's broke. She's putting on airs as though they're not broke. You know what I mean? She
But
want
I'm just saying, when normally when they start acting like that, they ain't got no damn money. So they hating on the Bridgertons and everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, so normally when they acting like that, they mad because they can't party like a rock star, like everybody else, setting up the balls and the this and that. So you know they're cranky. But
It,
anyway, Danbury and her brother was dressed
yes.
alike as the goddamn Zeus.
I loved it.
That was so cute. I said, what was the possibility of them coming to the masquerade dressed alike?
Right?
I said, oh, okay, that was odd because why would she want to be Zeus?
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I,
you said it. I think it fit. I think it was fitting for her. I was like,
Well,
okay, Miss Lady.
okay, I guess. Huh,
Mhm.
I guess. I was just like, it almost like that family was like the Featherton early. Right. Exactly. That's what I
yeah.
said. When they start acting like that, you know
Mhm.
they ain't got no money. You know,
Mm,
like some of these people in this online.
mm.
Anyway. Um, so anyway, the queen showed up as herself, as I stated, and she was pressing Penelope about the
Oh my
suitor
God. Oh my God.
for the season. You know,
Mm.
she
Mhm.
was
Mm-hmm.
just like, okay, what you got for me? Like I need no, we need see, and that I think, you know, I could see, you know, when even when Penelope is walking around, she's not really into it anymore. Like the gossip, because now it's out. So
Yeah.
everybody know it's her. So it's kind of different. You know what you was
Yeah.
about to
Yeah,
say.
the mystique is gone. The mystique is gone. So now it's
Yeah.
just, and now she's got to be, she's being more careful. With her pen, as she says, she's aiming her quill more.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's wielding it more responsibly.
Right, right. And that's commendable of her. She has a child now, so she's not wanting to
Yeah.
cause harm to particularly her family. And so when Queen of Charlotte says she wants she's not interested in a diamond anymore, which was like kind of shocking to me because she says that's kind of boring. And she's looking in a debutante, a guy
A
instead of a
guy.
female. And so they're looking around the ballroom of suitors, possible suitors that can be this year's male diamond, I guess, for lack of a better
Mm-hmm.
word. And they're going through the people, and she looks over there at Benedict, and she was like, "Oh, Benedict would not be a good candidate because I think she already knows that Benedict is a free spirit, and so
Mm-hmm.
she doesn't think he's even looking to be married this season." And she said, "I don't care. That's who I want."
Yeah, she said that's what that period. And people won't really now for me, I think Penelope ain't wanna get that ass whooped.
Huh.
Now they know who you are. You better not be right. They gonna catch you at the goddamn news shop. Okay.
Mm,
Yeah, she like, I ain't trying to get him
child.
because it ain't no secret. And plus, you know what? You right. She's outgrown. I agree with you. Outgrown. I'm a mother now.
Mhm,
My husband. And I know his family is highly ranked. So
mhm,
I'm not trying to, ruin his family legacy or anything like that. By continuing with that behavior. So I get it. I get it. But the queen want the mess. Okay,
mhm.
she don't give a damn who you married to. She like, bring me the meat. I want the beef. Look,
It was funny
where's
when
the
they were
beef?
talking about prospects and they were telling them, and she was like, well, he's been known to smell. I'm like,
Mm.
damn, he
Yes.
And that one is boring. Yeah, she was.
yeah.
She
Yes.
still has kind of got a little grime on her, but she's.
Yeah.
Not a
Did
little
you see the
drama.
queen face? Did you see the queen face when she said that though? She like, stank. She had the stankest face ever. I said, Lord have mercy.
Did she have to
Ooh, she did. She had the stank face. I said, oh my goodness. So she pressing her about that. And you can tell, like I said, she's not really into a Penelope doing the gossip and writing about people business. Now, Francesca husband told her, that he noticed that she kept distancing herself from his cousin, and he
Mm,
thought it would be a good idea if they stayed for the season. So she was happy about that,
yeah,
and
yeah,
I was like,
Francesca
yeah, I said,
husband.
well, and it's true. I mean, it was like bad enough I have to bring my sister. Now here come your cousin too.
Mm,
Damn, what about our man? I just left home. I'm ready to get my freak on.
mm,
She like, let's make some babies. And now we got my sister in the other side of the castle. And now you bringing your cousin in. But she can't get mad because you let your sister come, right? So, I mean, why he can't bring your cousin? Yeah,
right.
the cousin could keep Eloise company. And
Yeah,
yeah, shit, why
and
not? So
and
we
El
could do our thing, huh?
and Eloise has come back saying she's going to be put. She's on the shelf now. She's back to that motto. She ain't trying to get. She's not trying to be out in society looking for a man. She don't mind being out in society, but she ain't looking for a suitor. She says she's on the
Yeah,
shelf. It's her
yeah,
words. I
she
said, "Oh,
did.
okay,
He was like
elf on
on
the
the
shelf."
shelf.
I said, "Elf
She
on the
on the
shelf for
shelf.
Christmas."
Child, listen, listen, I'm the opposite. I done moved in a new bachelor pad.
Oh Lord. Okay,
I'm,
And you
Benedict.
know what? I was
I'm a,
expecting her to kind of tell her that she was with that girl, the guy's cousin, because
what
they
Mm,
you
looked like
said?
they had a little something when they
Huh?
first met. Uh-huh. Eloise and her brother-in-law's
Oh,
cousin.
the
They,
cousin. Okay.
I
yeah,
think her name is
they look
Michelle or
like
something like that.
Michelle,
yeah,
something like that. I don't remember. I think it is Michelle.
Michaela, Michelle,
Yeah,
Michaela.
Michaela. Yeah.
Michaela. Okay, Michaela. Okay. I thought it was Michelle. I don't know. Somebody
Yeah,
with an M. Yeah, I didn't even
yeah.
see it
So
for
I was
Francesca
thinking
and
that.
her husband being up in Scotland with the sister. Yeah, exactly. Me either, Linda B. I was like, damn, Eloise, you just imposed on your sister like that.
But you know what? Like
Clock,
they said, they were
cop
in a
blocking.
castle. But they were in a castle. You wouldn't see me for days. And
Yeah,
take
that's
this.
right. Cause she was on the other side. That's what she said. You'll stay on the
Yeah,
other side of the
in
on the
your
other
own
side of the
way.
castle. Yeah, in your own wing. So that's
Yeah,
true. But still, I wouldn't do
I
that.
thought
Let
it
your
was
sister
great.
rock for a little bit and then you go later, you know?
I
But
thought it was
anyway.
great. Like all the way around, because if you look at it, I would say, okay, for one, it gets Eloise the hell out of there for a little while. Plus, this is her the girl's first time. I mean, she just got married and she's not staying home. She's gonna be leaving and she is unfamiliar with everybody and everyone. So to have a familiar face would have helped out too for a little while. So I think it kind of
Mhm.
all worked out. Plus, you probably did come in and make a little buffer between her and that Michaela girl because she seemed a
Yeah.
little bit too much. She was a little too much.
Hmm.
And I have a feeling
Extra.
we're going to hear from her again.
Hmm. Yeah, she extra. She is. Eloise needed to cleanse her mind and spirit, so I figured that was good. I mean, it was
Mm.
good though. I mean, I'm just saying, but I just felt like, dag, let her have her little moment, with her husband, without worrying
Mm.
about you dragging your ass around. But anyway, anyway, but I get y'all. I get it. It was good. Now, benefit, child. What the hell? I got benefits on my mind. I need some food stamps, y'all.
Look, and so did they.
Shit,
That's why everybody tried to get married. They need a
man,
benefactor.
shit. I was been spending all this damn money. I keep talking about benefits, Medicaid. Who else? What else? Give me some. God damn it! Can I get can I get a goddamn check? God. Um. Okay. So I'm sorry. Let's get back on track. I'm sorry. Now, now we're at the. I think now we're at the ball,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
and you see that um Benedict, soon as he laid eyes on Sophia,
Mm.
oh my God, not Sophia, what
Yeah, that's her
Sophie?
name.
Uh,
Sophie. Mm.
Sophie. Soon as he laid eyes on Sophie, it was a wrap. Okay. I love seeing how he just because I knew it was his time to settle down. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, boy, you too freely, okay? You just be got you be over there, everything. Men, women, everything. Bring them all here. Okay? So he had his eyes locked on Sophia, and she told him that she isn't looking for no husband. She's like, I ain't looking for a husband. He like, you not? He really was intrigued.
Yeah,
Like,
and I
Yep.
was really. Let's talk about Sophie. Sophie.
mm,
She is so innocent, like to me. She comes
mm-hmm.
across as very innocent because the way she was looking up at the chandeliers and all
Yes.
the decor and all the designs and stuff. She was in the, she was in the gowns and the beauty of the environment. She wasn't focused on the ritual of what
No,
everybody else was doing.
no.
And I think that's what also drawed attention to her because she was in a room full of people, but standing out by herself. That's what I got from that.
Yes. And she
Hmm.
looked beautiful, might I add. I mean,
Simple, simple,
she said,
simple beauty, simple
yeah,
beauty.
simple beauty. And yeah, she that,
Nothing
but
over the
you could
top.
tell she know a lot.
Mm,
She's very smart and intelligent. By you hearing their conversation, them conversing. Okay, she was
hmm.
like,
She
mm-hmm.
know a lot, but she don't know how to dance. Catch.
Right. She, yeah. Yeah,
Catch.
she ain't know how to dance. You know what?
She know a lot, but she did. But that's going to come back around towards the end. You know
Uh-huh.
why she doesn't know how, but that's very telling
Exactly.
too. She wasn't
Mhm.
groomed to be a diamond or even to
Right.
be look for marriage. She wasn't groomed that way like all the rest of the women
Women.
in the town.
Exactly. Exactly. So she, she just was very knowledgeable, and educated. So we will find further down the line, more about Sophie and her, endeavors.
Hmm.
But she told him, and then she can't dance. And so the queen, you already said that the queen chose Benedict to be, the man to get
Hmm.
married. She wanted him. Now the little sister done snuck into the party.
Yeah,
Ah,
she want to be a part of the event, and they
she
won't let her.
does.
'Cause she wants to be in the. She said, "What is the problem with me just watching? I can't even watch. I don't."
She like, it's not your turn. But they did that too. Um, um, when
Francesca, when it was Daphne's
Francesca
turn.
and yeah, they did that
Hmm.
to them when they was small. Like,
Hmm.
get out and go up there. They wanted to be a part of the party. Eloise said, "Oh, you think I know my sister, mask and all. You think I can't tell that's not my sister?" She like, dang. I said, look at that. She wanted to be a part. Now, Lady Bridgerton, she was
What?
all giddy like a schoolgirl with
Oh,
her
of course.
and Mr. What's his name?
Marcus,
Marcus.
Marcus, Marcus.
Marcus.
In my
She
Eartha
was
Kitten
all
voice.
Marcus. She all giddy and all this. I love it for her. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I love it. Love it for
And,
Lady
yeah.
Bridgerton.
And this is a carryover from season 3 too, because
Yes.
he's been pursuing her, and she's been giddy like a schoolgirl,
Uh-huh.
behind him. And so they make a good their relationship is cultivating slow. It's a slow boil, you know what I mean? It's not
Right.
fast burning like these debutantes and stuff are. Theirs is getting done in a season. Theirs is going over several seasons, which I
Well,
think shows
because
maturity.
she's married. She was married, and so was he before. And
Right.
the they frown upon the women. They expect them to be widows for the rest of their damn life, which is crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like once they get married,
They
you
can't get
know,
remarried again?
some of them frown upon because I don't know. I'm telling, never mind. But anyway, they do kind of, frown upon them getting remarried and all of that other stuff. And then
Hmm.
she was more concerned about her children too. So,
Yeah, yeah.
how they're going to take it. So, yeah. Now, Lady Danbury, Lady Danbury told the queen that she, plan on spending
Yes.
less time in the society and she wants to
Hmm.
travel and visit her old home. She
Right.
wants to leave. The queen sat there all nonchalantly quiet and then just came out and said, no.
No.
I
What did you
said,
say about that read?
damn.
Just read my book because I know you're the Danbury fan.
Yes,
How did you feel about that?
I was hurt.
Um, yeah, I noticed that when she was telling her, she was kind of like easing her into letting her know that she was
Hmm.
going to be
Hmm.
stepping back and why she was stepping back. And when
Right.
she just came up and said no, I was said, "Oh, okay, wait a minute." So I figured, I said, she'll give her a chance. She'll give her some space and then ease on to it again. But she didn't.
Hmm.
And then that when Lady Danbury said okay, and she left. So
Right. I would have left too. Shit.
right. So
Just straight
then
up no. And
yeah,
it's so crazy how one person can have that much control over a whole community, society
her
to say
kingdom.
what you to say
Hmm.
what you can and can't do. It's just always amazed me, you
Yeah.
know,
Mhm.
as far as
They
how they
are they are
control them
they
that
are her
way.
subjects, and she is the queen. And you hold her
Right.
in a higher esteem, and you can't disrespect her because it's off with your head if you
Right.
do.
Right. So that was just, I was just like, oh, that hurt. It hurt because both, first of all, you can tell the queen is very selfish and self centered. So it
Mhm.
Mm,
hurt because I know she she's like, you ain't leaving me by myself. You know what I mean? And then it hurt because I'm like, damn, Barry's tired. You know, she's ready to, and she hasn't seen her family in forever.
I think
You
she
know,
said
and
she
I,
left in four when she was 4 years old. She hadn't been back
hmm
to her homeland, so she wanted to go back to, and she did. And she also told her, "I'll come back. We can write. I can
yeah,
visit. I just want to go and see some other things, do some other things." And she couldn't even give her that grace and say, "Okay, well, I'll see you next season," or what I'm saying, for the diamond ball or whatever. She
hmm
wouldn't even give her that. She was so stern with that no. That no spoke volumes.
it
She only
did.
said one word, but it spoke volumes to me.
It did. And I guess her brother kind of initiated that feeling too of like
Hmm.
wanting to go back home. You know what I
Right.
mean? So
Right.
that really did something to her.
Yeah.
Now, Sophie didn't realize that she was talking to a Bridgerton at the time when her and
They were out in the courtyard.
Benedict was talking, and they was talking in the courtyard, and she just
Hmm.
refused to tell him anything about herself, of course,
Hmm.
because she wasn't supposed to be there. Remember
Exactly.
the man told her, you got to leave at this time, you got to
Yeah.
go,
At
you
12
know.
o'clock midnight, or the carriage was gonna turn back into a pumpkin.
You right. And in this case, she had to leave because at that time everybody had to reveal themselves.
So, right.
So the bell is when when that bell rung. And
And
now
she
he
asked him
was really a
sh-
gentleman and kissed her on the cheek.
on
It
the cheek.
surprised
I
me
caught that. I
how
caught that.
he really said no, we shouldn't.
I
And,
caught that.
that was,
That
I
was
said,
very
okay,
respectful.
Benedict,
That was
okay.
very respectful. He
Because
wasn't
he
trying to
said,
violate her where she would be known, where he would have to marry her if they got caught or whatever out there,
exactly. And
even
because
though they
he
were
done learned his lesson.
unchaperoned.
He learned
Hmm.
his lesson from his
Yeah, his
brothers.
brother.
Okay.
Hmm.
Like, all right, now y'all be doing way too much. And also, he already, you could see it's like love at first sight. He
Yeah,
already he had a
he's
feeling. So
intrigued. He's
that says a
intrigued.
lot about his character, how he was
Hmm.
sleeping around with all these different women, but a lady that really caught his eye, he
Mm.
was willing to wait.
Yeah,
He was
that's true.
willing to respect her. He didn't want her, spoiled, as his
Hmm.
mother would say.
Yeah, yeah.
And he just wanted her pure, so that
Mm.
says a lot about a lot of things. You see how that's like in the real, like in today's environment. A man don't want nobody out here, you showing your goodies, ain't they? You know what I'm saying? Just throwing yourself. He ain't into you. He wants somebody who is gonna wait the chance of time, who, got their clothes on and they mind right. Okay. That's who he looking to
Mhm.
wife up. Okay. He looking like all these other hussies. I want your tail.
But you know what? I don't even think it's that. I don't for Benedict. I think he really didn't know what he wanted because he's seen both worlds. He's seen the underbelly as far as loose women because he's been with them, and he's also been in society and he see the conservative side. And he didn't want neither one of that. He wasn't interested in even because he even went, he wasn't interested in any of those girls. This ain't his first time being out in society. This is the fourth,
No,
third
I
season.
know.
So he's seen how the women are groomed by his sisters, and he's how the women in the town are groomed. But it was really her uniqueness
You
that
know why I
captured his
said
eye.
it's that about him? Because he watched her. How she, and you see how you described how she entered the room. She's not interested in the people. She's more
Mm-hmm.
looking around. So that's what I'm saying. She's not throwing herself. She ain't
Right.
into trying to. So that's what I mean by that part
Okay.
of him being into her, because
Mm-hmm.
she would respect herself enough. Like I ain't looking for no. You know what I'm saying? I ain't looking to get married.
Yeah, I
He
think if
trying
she
to,
was just
so
she
that
was there for
turned
the
him on.
experience. She
And
was there for
that's
the
what turned
experience
him
of the ball,
on.
not experience of trying to catch a suitor.
Exactly. And that's what turned him on. Where
Mm-hmm.
she's not here to gain something. She
Right.
ain't even looking at. So that's what I mean by that's what caught, because the other women, they just throwing themselves around. So he gonna
Mm-hmm.
take it. Okay. You ain't,
Yeah.
that's what I meant by he don't want that. But seeing her take the room, ain't looking at them do nothing. Even the first men that approached her, she was trying to back away.
Right.
Like,
Right.
so that threw him in for a extra loop. That's why he ran over there. She was
With his
like,
card, with his
who
dance card, I found her dance card.
right? She was like, who told you, how you know I need to be saved? Who told you? So that's what I meant by that's how men pick their women. Like
Some
you
men,
not throwing some,
some
yes,
men,
some,
some.
but you not throwing yourself and doing all of this. You just want to be.
Mm,
You about just you. You're not looking into all this. Oh, because I want to be. So he found that very intriguing. Yeah.
mm, mm.
Now I love that, she took off and you know how he kissed her on the cheek and he took that one sniff. I mean, he inhaled the hand. I thought he was going to sniff her skin off her hand. Child, I said,
That's
damn.
when I thought that when they started the search for the gloved lady, that he was going to
Mm-hmm.
be sniffing wrists. I thought he was just going to be sniffing the glove and sniffing the
Mm.
wrist of every woman trying to find out who it was.
Oh my God. That was so funny. Just read my
He
book because
was
when
like,
he went to look for her, when he finally recruited, he was going to go out and look for her. He was looking at the lips of everybody.
yes, the lips, everything they said. He wasn't listening to nothing they said. He
No,
just was
he was
looking at
focused
their
on the lips.
lips.
He was comparing their lips to the lips that he remembered
Yep.
Yep.
from that
Yep.
night.
And
That's
he
what I
had
got
a
from.
good ass memory. He had that. So look at that. He
He was
relied
drawing
on
her
the.
lips. He drew her lips. He had sketches of
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
her
he
lips.
did. He sure
Mm-hmm.
did. He sure did. He had all the five senses. He was working them five senses. You hear me? The voice, the sight, the lips, by looking at them lips. The scent. I mean, he just was working on. He was working it. He remembered every bit of part. He like, okay, she about to run off. You don't want to tell me your name or nothing. At least I know how you smell, how them lips look. Baby,
Mm-hmm.
he was inhaling every part of her. That was that touched my heart because I was just like, damn, okay, now getting to know you. He was trying to get it to know you for real. Okay. He wasn't playing. He said, I said, damn, don't get it. I thought his nose was going to tear her skin off. I'm serious. He like, for a while, I said, damn. And she like, oh, Lord, have mercy. Mm, 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 mm. But anyway, it was time for her to go. She ran, that bell ring. She like, what's that for? He like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, it's time for everybody to reveal themselves, including you. She like, hell no.
Mhm.
She was out of there. And before she left, she leaving him with that kiss. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that it
And that
really,
glove,
and
the
that
kiss and the
glove.
glove,
Mm,
and
mm,
she
mm,
and
mm.
she ran into Lady Pinwheel, and I was like, "Oh my God!
All
If that lady
right.
catch her there, she is
Whew.
she is doomed for doomed." You hear me?
Okay. Yeah, she ran into her, and I was like, "Oh Lord, have mercy!" And she got home just in time, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And the stepmom was suspicious though at first, because she like, "Why you ain't waiting for us with this tea?"
Mm-hmm. With her evil ass.
Yeah, she is very evil. But I love how the other housemaids and the help, helped her out and
Yeah.
all of that. That was so sweet of them. You know what I mean?
But
And when that other girl kept talking about the Benedict, talking about, yeah, and Benedict, yeah, he gonna be, but she slammed that damn tea down on that table.
that was the crumpets. She slapped
The
them
crump,
crumpets
oh,
down.
they get a crump. She said, "Oh, I think it's time for you to go do something." She told her. I said, "Oh my!" She was about to give herself away.
mm But the maids there at that house, of the Pinwheel house, they've known that girl since she was born. So
Exactly.
and so
Exactly.
that's why they catered to her as far as trying to encourage her to go to the ball. So
Right, because they knew she was. Okay,
mm-hmm,
she was society. You know what I'm
mm-hmm,
saying? And so they knew that. So but if you're just watching, oh, all right, never mind. Let me be quiet.
yeah.
Jim, I'm giving a bloop bloop. My bad. Okay. Um, sorry y'all for the bloopers. But Lady Bridgerton told Eloise that she gave her and Benedict free range last season. She said,
Mm-hmm.
y'all are at the top of my
My
picks for
list.
this season.
Mm.
Y'all ain't gonna be running around here just sleeping around doing all this mess. Listen, y'all gotta get married so I can live my life. Cause she looking at Mr. Man, like y'all gotta go so I could get my groove back. She like, y'all gotta get out my hair, okay? She like,
Mm.
oh Lord. Now Bridgerton, I mean, Benedict was damn, I'm just taking over. Did I miss something, y'all?
Um, No, just when they were out there on the courtyard, though, one of the other things that he was intrigued by her was because she didn't even know who he was, first of all,
Yes.
and that she wasn't throwing herself at him, and she evaded his questions, which made him even more inquisitive about her because he was wanting to know her name, where was she from, and she was very vague in all of her answers, so that made him that wet his whistle.
I like
Hmm.
when he asked her, "What's your parents' name?" She said, "Mother and father."
Right. Girl, did you love that? Oh my god. Oh my god. That's why I said she was witty about her shit. She wasn't no child that how some of them at watching the ladies where they had no conversation, they had no comeback. Like, I'm talking about watching some of the ladies who
Hmm.
was
Mm-hmm.
looking to get married. So but you could tell she was experienced, like, you know what I'm saying? She knew her stuff. Like, you ain't about to sweet talk me. She was like,
Yeah.
yeah, why don't you have told me nothing about you? And she's like, he like, oh, I like to keep it that way. She said, yeah, because is it because? And let him know, oh, I know the business. Uh-huh. Like, I'll be reading that lady whistle down, okay? I know about you. Yes, you're right, Linda B. They wanted her to have experience. Yes, yes, the
Hmm.
maids, they did. They wanted her to get that experience. Now, Benedict was uh now he was left lusting after Sophie now. And Sophie's stepmother is so that lady, she just so freaking disrespectful. She's just, and I don't know, she's just so disrespectful. So now we're going into episode 2. If y'all have anything left to say about episode 1, y'all good?
The only thing I would say too about Sophie, she did lead didn't give him too much, but when she got before she ran, she got ready. She was getting ready to walk away real fast, but then she turned around and she kissed him.
Yeah. Yeah,
She
that's what I
came back
said.
to
She
kiss
kissed him.
him.
Yes, she
Mhm.
did.
In the mouth,
Mhm. She
not
did.
on the
She
cheek,
she
not
sure
on the cheek.
did.
I
She
said,
came back
okay,
and kissed him. Sure
oh,
did. That's when he was really like, "Oh my god, I gotta find you. I've been looking for my baby. What is that? Been around the world and I can't find my baby.
Yeah.
Let me see. I hate to say it, but I keep calling her Dragon Lady. Call her.
Right?
Yeah,
Oh
that's what she
God,
is.
yes,
That's what she is. That's just what she is.
yes, Dragon Lady. Okay, that's a good name. Oh, here you go. You gonna be like Auntie, giving everybody names and shit. Dragon Lady, yeah, cause she was a drag. All right, Jesus. Now,
And
go ahead.
oh,
Sorry.
and I was gonna say no. And you see how she treats her two daughters, Miss Pinwheel, she
Oh
Dragon
God,
Lady. She treats even her
child,
two daughters, even though
differently.
both of them have the same status. One is the oldest, one is the youngest, but she treats them even differently. Like
Yeah,
she favors one child more than she does the other, which is very telling. I'm like, why are you so um mean to this other child? You know what I mean?
but you know why she treat her different because she likes Sophie. She don't like that.
Yeah,
That young, she don't like that the youngest daughter likes Sophie. That's why
yeah,
she likes Sophie. So she is in her fifis with that, So and you can tell.
yeah.
You can tell every time she try to speak up for Sophie or hey, just cut her off immediately. In that sister too, with her mean ass too. You
Yeah,
could
she
tell
just
she
like our
think of her
mammy.
mom.
She just like our mammy.
Miserable broke hoes. Oops, excuse me. Did I say that? Sorry, I ain't mean to call nobody no hoe, but shit. That's
Okay,
how they
well,
acting.
you know what's okay. No, what no, excuse me. This is Britain. Tarts. Okay, tart.
Mm.
Tart. Yeah, they tart. They little tarts. Tart twats. Tart twats. All right, so now we into episode 2. Benedict was, drawing Sophie lips and all this stuff. He was drawing bits and pieces of Sophie from the top of his head, and you could tell that Smith meant a lot to him. I keep telling you, he was making sure it was embedded in his membrane, baby, and he just was drawing. And Sophie was all cranky as hell in there. You see how they was flashing back and forth, and like when it went back to where she was preparing for the party, the ball,
Mm-hmm.
and they flashed back and of her getting ready for the ball. One of the sisters was so kind to her again, like I said to Sophie. That's
Yeah,
why that mama didn't like her,
yeah.
and
Portia. That's
they, yeah.
Portia. Posse. I think her name is
What was
Posey.
that?
Her name
Posey,
is Posey.
Posey, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Posey. She liked her. First of all, if any child who has sense, but I'll get there. Never mind. I'm gonna put a pin in that one. I'll put a pin. But the other one was a total itch, just like her mama, like we said. Now,
Rapunzel. Rapunzel. I'm gonna call her Rapunzel.
Rapunzel, let down your hair.
I can't say her name, but it begins with an R.
I don't know her name. I can't. I ain't want to remember her. Well, her stink self. Child. Now the stepmother had her cleaning all them shoes. And like I said, they went and had that flashback of when her dad brought the lady home. First of
Hmm.
all, I would have put that bitch right back in that carriage, okay?
But she's
But
a child. She's a child. So she couldn't do that. She couldn't do that.
no, I'm talking about the husband.
Yeah, yeah,
He
but
should have just dismayed, like she just that
no.
face, that
No,
that
Jill.
what?
No, Jill. When it flashes back to the dad of Sophia and the wife and him introducing him to the family and the the housekeeping people, he introduced the maid, he introduced she's over the kitchen, he's over the yard, and then he kind of skipped over the his
He
daughter, his
did.
own
He
daughter,
did. He
and he went to
did.
the next person. And then she said, "Who is this little lady right here? And you my little cutie, like a little witch."
Yes. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And she said, and then he said, "This is my ward." He didn't say my daughter.
He
He
sure
said my
did. He
ward.
sure
And that
did.
I had to look that up, and I was like, "What the fuck does that
He
mean?
sure
She's a
did.
ward of
Yes.
the
I
state?"
forgot
Or
about that part.
yeah,
Yes.
what did that mean?
I
I don't,
did forget that part. I did forget that part. He did. And
yeah,
that was so disrespectful. But her face showed it then. She ain't had no respect for her then and
right.
definitely not now.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay? Yeah,
yeah.
he did say that. I forgot that part.
But
Oh, his
I
ward.
think that meant that she's a child out of wedlock.
Yes.
And so that meant, and so that pissed her off because obviously he hadn't have told her before he even married her.
He didn't tell her
He didn't
he
tell her
had a
that before he
child.
met. Right. He didn't tell her that
Cause
he had a
she
child.
thought them two girls was
Was
gonna
gonna be
be
the heir. That
the
would be
heir.
his heir.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He
So
did. He he
that's where the
left that
plot
out.
got thickened at right there.
Yeah, and that's why, and that's why she was pissed.
Hmm.
Because she's
So
thinking
do
you
you think
deceived.
maybe okay, so she had children before him.
Hmm.
Yes,
Cause
Okay,
she's a
yes.
widow. She's
the
a
reason
widow.
why
She was
she
a
doesn't like
widow.
yeah, and the reason why she doesn't like the youngest girl is because that's probably the child she had with him. And she's
With
more
who?
Huh?
like
No, no,
so that's the little girl's sister, I think, right?
No.
no.
She
Not
when
the
she
girl,
came
just
to the
the
When
little
she
house,
girl.
came to the house, she
they
already had
had those two girls,
children.
and that
Yeah, but
baby
Those
there was
that
children was
another girl.
grown.
But there was another girl, Posey, the one
No,
that's the nice one.
no,
yeah,
The
it's only two of them. It's She came with both of her kids,
one was on the hip and
Posy
one was able to
and
walk.
and she came with those two girls, the
okay, but
mean
who's the
sister,
nice one?
and she came
She
with
was
the
the
baby.
baby.
She
She
was
was
the
the
one
baby.
who she was had on her hip, holding her at first when she came out of that carriage. When she first
Okay, so
showed up
that
to the
was his.
house.
Okay, so okay, so this is what I'm saying. I think that okay, the one he called his ward, and that youngest child, the one that's nice, Posey. I think is
Hmm.
not Posey his child too.
No,
Mm, I don't
no,
know.
I
I don't
think
think so.
Posey is his child, and that's why she's nice. She's more like her dad's side, and she likes her sister. Hmm.
Well, that
That
could
could
be a
be true.
cliffhanger,
Now
but
that could
I
be
don't think
true
so.
that they, but
We'll have to see how the
I don't
story
know. We'll
unfolds.
have to see how that fold because I don't think that was
I think the
No,
two oldest girls are hers. The previous
no.
marriage,
It's
but I
only
think
she
it's
only
only
got
two.
two.
She
She
only
but
only
has
there's
two.
have two
another girl.
kids.
There's four girls in the house.
No, it's
No, it's
only
not.
three of them in the house. You talking
Okay,
about the
you're not,
Featherton or
listen,
something?
listen, 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 Linda, listen. When I say four girls, I'm counting the one that was his child, the first one that was there.
No, it's
But
three of them. It's
okay,
only
listen.
three of them in the house. His
Oh,
child that was there, and the two the lady
in the
came to the
carriage with.
house
There's
with in the
another
cab.
girl.
No, there's no
With
other girl
Posey.
Go
there.
back and review it. Read
Yeah,
my
go
book.
back and look. It's
But
only
it,
Isn't
three of them
Posey
in the house.
Posey is the nice one, right?
right. And
Okay.
Rapunzel is the oldest, and she was the big older one, the
And
mean
then
one.
it's Sophie.
And then there's Sophie.
I thought
That's
that I
it.
saw two mean girls and then Posey. Did I see
Mm-mm.
another mean girl?
No,
No, it's
go back and
only it's
review.
There
only
must be the
yeah.
mother then. I keep seeing two mean ones. I'm
Yeah,
serious because
it's
I'm
the
like, oh,
mother,
oh, oh, it's the mother.
and is the mother Sophie and the two sisters. Yep.
Okay. Because I'm like, I keep remembering two mean ladies. I guess it's the mother and the older sister then.
Right.
Hmm.
That's what
The
you
two
seeing.
mean.
That's what
Okay.
you seeing because you can see when they seeing it, them two is always staying in office, right? And then
Mm,
Posey or be looking like, well maybe,
right.
she's always, but no. So Posey is the nice one, and the mean sister, and then it's Sophie, and then the mother. So yeah, but now we get into the part with the queen. The queen was not trying to hear Lady Danbury request again. She told her you could take your leave, but you can't return. I felt so sorry for both of the ladies because again, I know what I know what she's going through, Queen
With her
Charlotte,
husband, with her husband.
and more in depth. And I swear, I hope y'all watch after we finish with this. Go watch Queen Charlotte series. Is really good after you finish this because I did. And it will tie in a lot of questions you have about Queen Charlotte. And so she really didn't, and it was I felt really, really sorry for her. I just was like, damn, she just wasn't trying to hear that. Talking about you leave, you can't do you this and that. And then now Benedict can't get Sophie out of his mind. Now he
Mm,
wants Penelope to help him find her and
right.
all this. So they start getting through that nigger, the finding who
So
the girl with the missing glove is,
yeah,
and
she posted in Lady Whistledown,
uh,
which
yeah,
about
Lady
the he.
Whistledown did write it because
Mm,
she told him, like, I'm not going to mention what uh, the
be-
what she had on and all that because first of all, didn't everybody in town be trying to get them a silver dress and shit? And so she told him, I'm not going to post that. He said, well, just post me.
yeah, and that she didn't want to post her either because they was out in the garden together, and that's a
Yeah,
violation,
yeah, to be
unsupervised. And
alone.
he didn't,
Yeah.
yeah, and she didn't want to make her be a scandal. You know what I mean? In the town.
Another
So
scandal. Yeah. So that was a good thing she didn't
yeah, and see,
because
that's her being mindful of how she spends that pen again.
hmm and don't want to do what she did before. So
Or
she is actually correcting her wrongs
wrong,
this
she
time
is.
around. So
She really is.
she's actually thinking before she just write and not
Mm,
just actually
right.
writing up stuff just to be nabby and
Be
newsy.
sensational.
Uh-huh.
Even though the queen is asking for it,
Exactly. She's like,
she want a ballpoint bulletin of what's going
she sure do. She wanted all the juice. Okay. She didn't want you to miss nothing and leave nothing out.
Mhm.
Now it was funny because the queen sitting there in front of her unfinished chess game. She all depressed. She ain't even
Yeah.
interested in the newsletter. They
Mhm.
reading it. She like, and all that. She's just so depressed because her Danbury want to leave her. Lord, poor queen. And now Lady Bridgerton guilted Benedict about not telling her about Sophie.
Yeah.
And she sat there. He like, yeah, I know someone wouldn't do this and have their poor mother thinking that they're not interested in all this. He like, okay, fine. Yeah, and we're trying to find her. And which he should have, because your mother knows everybody. So you
Mhm.
should have went to her, but he didn't want to actually get her all started. You know
Yeah.
how once
Cuz
she
she
gets
will be trying
started
to pick somebody for him as opposed to letting him pick somebody that
or
he
getting
find
too
to
nabby,
it.
he wanted to do it secretly. You know
Mhm.
her, she would have pulled the whole dinner, dining,
Yeah.
calling out
Mhm.
all these people and stuff, and he wanted to be a little discreet,
Right.
not really having it so public like
Mm.
he didn't want to look like he's thirsty. That's what he wanted. He want to look like he ain't want people knowing he looking for this lady. That's what that was. So he wanted to keep it a little discreet
On the down low.
on the low. Yeah, exactly. So that is that. Now the scene with Sophie and her dad. Now you said one major part when he already called her a ward.
Mhm. Mhm.
Now it was just odd for me. I that scene with the dad and him talking to Sophie was very odd. Like he didn't even want to tell her how her mom passed away. Tell my,
Right.
only to say you have her necklace.
Right.
you know, and so you could tell right there he was shameful.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
shameful of
What had happened?
their
That
relationship,
relationship.
period. And
Her
so
mother's relationship, the relationship she
exactly,
had with her mother.
exactly. The relationship he had with her mom, exactly. You could tell he was not in a good spirit of how they got together and how they conceived Sophie.
Hmm, hmm.
And I just that was hard, a little tugged at my heart.
But
I was
and
just like,
what that did, that opened the door for Dragon Lady to take advantage of her, because
exactly.
she wouldn't even allow her to stop. She stopped her from dancing, and that's why she didn't know how to do
Hmm.
those things, the dance and stuff. And he said that, but he did promise her that I would always take care of you. But he still wasn't guarding and protecting her to the point. Sure, he made sure she had food and clothes, and as long as he was alive, but he didn't make sure that she was not being taken advantage of. Because
Cause
why
you are
she?
that lady,
Because
you knew
you're
that lady
alive. Why is
wasn't.
she not going to the dance? To the dance lessons? Why?
Mm.
And there was never no resolution to that. You see what I'm saying? There was no
You
closure
let
to
that
that.
lady come in and have too much control over your
Control. Mm,
child. I'm sorry.
mm,
She
mm,
got her own kids. You know damn well ain't nobody gonna love yours like you do. So
mm.
ain't no, and that's something I see. I've experienced that a lot with some people who get together with other, when they're not
When they're
with
trying
the
to
other
blend families.
parents and blend families. A lot of that goes on,
Mm, yeah,
and
it
it's
does.
it's like, no, if we it's going to be equally straight across the board,
Hmm.
and I'm still going to love on mines like I've been loving on them. Ain't nothing going to change. I got to get to know yours. So, but I know this one because it came out of my twat, or I made them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
Hmm.
about to be adjusting to your foolishness because you now came a part of my lives. No, we're gonna figure some stuff out, and all the kids is gonna be treated
Treated
equally,
equally.
and
Hmm.
with no difference. And you can't do this, she can do that, and you can't go this, she can. No, that's where
But
it's just too
and
much.
even at the introduction, when when Pinwheel got off that carriage with her two children, the maids even told her. She said, "Oh, I'm so glad to I'll finally have a mom." And she said,
Hmm.
"And dad, and a dad, something." She said something about her dad, her father, and the maid told her, "You can't call him father."
Yes,
I caught that
yes.
too. And I said, why she can't call him father? Why is she a ward? Why? I had a lot of questions. I was
And
Deanna.
I
I got
did.
questions.
Yeah, and I did too because I said, what is going, so they already knew what time it was.
Right.
So she
Right.
was a little dirty secret.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
you were being so
Yeah, but it
kind of.
seemed like until that time, even though everybody knew that that was his child, and it seemed as though she was treated properly until that new
In
wife came.
private though,
Mm-hmm.
in
Yeah,
private,
but when she
in the
came out of
home, but the public, you could tell the way. What I'm trying to say is yes, because nobody knew but the people in the house, but you
Yeah.
could tell in public you need to act this way. You get what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? You could
That's what the
tell that.
maid was telling her. That's what the maid
That's
was
what the
telling her.
maid told her. So it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of like, yeah, in the house, you can do all that, but out in public, you
but I'm
can't do
saying
that.
but she was treated as she was, okay, a ward or his child. She was not treated as a servant, is what I'm saying.
In the
She
Right.
she was
Not, yeah, she
well
wasn't
in his
treated as a
servant.
servant
That's what
outside
I'm
the
saying. She yeah, she was
But
treated.
right.
outside the house or anything else, it's like you can't say these things. You
But I'm
can't do
talking
these
about the
things. Is what
treatment
they're.
of,
No,
and
I
she
know the
was,
treatment, but that's even worse. So I'm your secret, and I can only act this way. Nobody else can know but us in the house. That's crazy. So you could tell the girl wasn't out too much with the society for them now to have to warn her and say, you can't say this because obviously that means she wasn't outside. She was doing all her homeschooling inside, like she wasn't out
In
rightly
society,
in
yeah,
society. She
society.
still was in the house
What I'm
hidden.
saying. But what I'm saying is that you can tell that until he died, she was treated well.
Oh
She was
yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes, yes.
yeah,
and
I,
then they made her a servant after his death. That's what I'm
oh
saying.
right.
yes, yes,
Yeah,
you are absolutely right. Just read you right. You know, but still to even know that I don't know
And
what
I'm
that was
wondering,
about. That was
did he
sad.
make provisions for her, but she doesn't know because that woman has all of those, papers in her hand, in her care, whether or
yeah,
not who gets what, who's bequeathed what. I'm
yeah,
Mhm.
thinking, wait, did he make provisions for her, but she just isn't giving them to her because she's
Mhm.
used up all the money and now y'all need husbands for those girls?
Mhm.
yeah. That it gets told in the towards the
It gets
in the more
deep.
later in the season. It gets told what
Mhm.
happened, but we're not
Yeah.
there yet. Hmm.
Yeah. It does get told. It's just sad. That was just heartbreaking. I didn't understand that
But you know that
relationship.
behavior is not indicative to just women. Where a
It's
woman
not.
will have children, and then she gets with another man, and now she doesn't.
You're right.
It happens with both genders. You know what I mean? Where they put their kids treat their kids differently because another woman or another man is in the house. So
You're
now
right.
and that's very sad to say, but
You are absolutely
it tells
right.
me that's a weak individual. You know what I mean? That's a weak minded, low moral standards individual.
It
Period.
sure is.
Period.
Now, Benedict is coming around looking for Sophie. We
Hmm.
don't know it's Sophie, and he comes to the house
To the
and
Pinwheel house.
into the Pinwheel house, and he's with Posey,
Hmm.
and Sophie tell her, "Look, fix your hair, make sure you right, because she don't know it's Benedict.
Right.
And fix your hair, make sure you presentable and all this. It's gonna be all right, breathe and all this other stuff. You know, coaching Posey, which was beautiful. And she went
Hmm.
to go walk away and she heard Benedict's voice.
Hmm.
She halted and turned back around and went in there and he's talking, but of course, but did you peep how the mom told her? Like, just read my book, always say, how they belittle them and don't want, like, a woman is not supposed to have dreams and goals and shit, right? And talk about the mom told Posey, talking about he ain't
Here
interested in your
in your
dreams.
dreams.
He said,
Right.
yeah, I am. Actually,
Uh-huh.
I am. And so you can see how they make these women dumb them down so they can just take anything, right? Like
Mm,
you no, it ain't about you, it's about the man.
mm,
And
Like
mm.
yeah,
even with the Cowper lady, how she's doing her own daughter, her very own flesh and blood,
right.
sending her off and said, well, if you don't go, he's going to send me too. You got to go. She's like, it's every woman
Yeah,
for themselves. And that
right.
included mother to daughter. And that was
Yeah.
absolutely horrible. You
That shit
telling
was
me that I
crazy.
can't have a future, do anything, and I still got to do this because so that you can stay in good standing in society and you don't have,
Right.
you know? So,
So it was like we pawns in this bitch.
yeah.
We not part
And
of
they're
the
being
family.
told pretty much by their own mothers, yes, that's how it is, and that's how it's going to be. Not, yes, dare to dream. Yes, you can do something. No, you don't have. Did you notice even Penelope's sister, that old witchy looking thing said, no, my daughter doesn't have to get married to be somebody. She can
Who?
be Penelope's sister, one of them that had the baby.
Mm.
When they were talking about their babies, and they said, oh, I'm sure she'll marry fine
Oh
because
yes, yes, yes. Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
they were all the mother's already praising Penelope's baby because he's a boy. She doesn't even say he's the grandbaby. He's the
Hmm.
heir, calling that baby
Hmm.
the heir. And she said, well, and then she turns and says, well, I'm sure they'll marry well.
Yeah, you are right, Linda B.
Yeah.
You were not your own. You weren't. You was
Mhm.
to make sure that the family was still taken care of, not you. It was
Mm.
all about making sure the family still was gonna get money. Ain't that crazy? They was pimping their babies. Had them they pimping them out there. Jesus, it's crazy. Now, I just was like, dang, shit, you just shutting your daughter down. Talking about he don't want to hear about your dreams. Lord have mercy. Now, Sophie wouldn't go in there. You know, the dude was telling her, go in there. Tell him who you are. Let him know. You know, and she couldn't into that room.
She
She
couldn't
know
muster up enough nerve, and
she couldn't.
that would have ended the whole
That
storyline right
would
there.
have if she did. No, really. She really would have. That would have just closed it down. So, she didn't go in there. And I was just like, dang. And I was screaming with her when she went in that other room and started screaming, covering her mouth, screaming. I was screaming with her because have you ever loved something or someone so much and you just can't do something and you just like just screaming inside. I felt that. I felt that. Okay. I felt that. I was like, damn. My heart felt. I was there for. I really was. I was like, damn. And the stepmom, she just that stepmom is just nasty with it. She just so wicked. And I know, there people are actually like that in time, and I just, prayers to people who suffering, with people who really despise you for no damn reason and don't even know you like that. It's just really, really sick. But anyway, so now we go into tell me if I'm skipping something because I know I didn't write every piece down to it. Now he begged Danbury to go apologize. The queen's servant begged her to go apologize to the queen. Talk about she's struggling in your absence. I'm stubborn. I would have been like, no, I ain't going. She better apologize to me because the words that she said to her just was so crazy. The queen to Danbury, it was just crazy. But knowing me, I wouldn't have went. I wouldn't
See,
have went because I would have been stubborn at that moment.
yeah,
But
well,
then
at
she
that
did go.
time,
Okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Yeah, and see, at that point, the only thing she had said to her was no, and she left. That
Right.
was it. So when she went back, I'm thinking to myself, now apologize for what? And I didn't think
Yeah,
she would.
that's what I said.
Right. But then I was thinking, she said to herself, okay, this is my friend and I understand what's going on. Okay. So I'm going to go. But when she did go and she still told her
Mm-mm.
no and then told her she was her subject.
Child, that was some deep shit right there.
Yeah,
I
that was
said,
one.
whoa. And then I'm glad she apologized, but I would not be fucking with you. Cause
No.
that's some shit that come off the top of your head that that's how you feel to me, so
Hmm.
that was some deep shit. But before we get into that part, but that was deep. Just read my book, girl. Woo! Child, mm, 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 mm. That
Yeah,
was deep.
when I got through with her, she'd have been sniffing out that box so damn
Ooh,
hard.
okay.
She'd
Uh,
been
uh, Girl, you would have been having the white cocoa for real, girl.
okay.
Not no tobacco. You would have been acting for the cocoa for real. Cause baby, you would have thought you was sniffing cocoa by the time I done pounce your fucking nose in. Mm. Shit. But okay, so now we goes to the stepmom and she demand that Sophie put on her shoes and got the nerves. Now this is when she figured stuff out with Sophie. Let me see what you said before I say anything else. Linda said that was one thing that made me want to watch Queen Charlotte. Her man servant was so dedicated to her. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I'm hoping to find a backstory on that. Okay. Now she got some nerve. I was sitting there looking, and I said she had her put the shoes on because right now she figured Sophie out now and knew that she was at that party. And I said, damn, she got some goddamn nerves talk about some she was a burden. What? Talk about to help someone beyond hope. I said, wait a minute. Now, this stepmother, I was ready to, what you call her, Linda B, the dragon lady. Baby, the dragon lady was dragging. Okay. And I was looking at her like, are you serious talking to this girl like that after she found out it was Sophie at that party? And that's why they was talking about how you gonna put her out of her father's house. That's her damn father's house. That's her fortune. You know what I'm saying? That was some fucked up stuff. You know? And I said, damn, this lady is cold. You going to hell. You going straight to hell. Ain't no pass and go or nothing else.
But
Dragon
you
lady, you going to hell.
And how about though when she was telling her not just to clean the shoes, she said restitch them.
Yeah, she said this a lot of shoes. I can't clean. She said, yeah, you well do them and you restitch them too. I said, shit.
Okay, she gonna be out with a needle and some lace trying to stitch up some damn shoes.
Oh, just read my book. That lady wicked. I
Yeah.
said, yeah, you been hurt. You been hurt, girl. You been hurt. So you say your husband, you mad. I don't even know what that was, but talk about yeah, that's her house. That's her father's house. How dare you? And so she kicked her butt out in the street. And to see the servants, chip together and give her money and stuff like that. And then the sister gave her some clips, it looked like it was
Earrings.
some bling bling clips for her to sell so she could have some money and stuff. That was so sad. I couldn't believe that lady put now, I mean, damn. Well, I can. I'm sorry. I'm not going to say I can't believe. I can believe because you done had this little girl as a servant all these years after her dad died, knowing damn well. So you had her cleaning her own house.
But now let's go back for just a little piece.
Mm-hmm.
When Benedict came and was talking to Posey, and the one of the manservant was telling her, "Go in there. He's looking for you.
Mm-hmm.
Go in there." I thought that was really wrong of him because he knew what would have happened if he sent her in there.
No, it would have ended the show. He would have took her out of there and married her, and they would have just been bye. That's all that would have happened. So they couldn't do it right then and there
Oh
anyway.
no!
No,
Oh
if
no!
she would have
Because
been
she
in
would have
there, he
gotten
would
her.
have known. She would have been looking at them lips
That
as
would have
she
gotten
talked.
her turned out that house right away. If she'd have gone in
And
there,
Benedict would have took her right on in. She would have been married and everything else. And then they would have discovered everything. That would have been the end of the story. If
but
she
then
would have
see, I
walked
don't
in
know
there.
because even though Benedict still had he even if he realizes that he's found her, well, by now he would know what she is. But at the time, he didn't know that she was a servant. So
No,
if
at that time,
person
but
who
he
was
still his destiny still would have, you know what I'm saying? He didn't know she was a servant, but the feelings he had up in him about her, Benedict wouldn't gave a fuck. He done been with hussies and all types of shit throughout the show. So he didn't give a fuck. He would have sacrificed that because that's something he never felt that came across his desk. So I think, oh, sorry, damn.
It could have went too. I could
I
see
mean,
it
it
going
could
both
have went
ways.
another way, but I think Benedict would have did whatever he had to do because it wasn't like they slept together. It wasn't like, and then all things would have became revealed. Child. So She would have been good. She would have went through a little
Well,
something
can you
something.
imagine the queen saying that her new since she's sick of diamonds, she wanted a bachelor to be on, and he come and bring a commoner, not even a commoner, a servant? That would have been out of
Child.
her damn mind. She'd have burned the shit down.
You said she would have burnt the shit
Yes,
down.
she would have. Charlotte would not have had. She said, "No, y'all got me 3 seasons in a row."
But that
I would.
servant meant well. He because he knew that man was looking specifically for her.
You
Right.
see, this is
Okay,
what I was
he
hoping would
knew,
come.
and he would have because he was so smitten and so stalked and determined. Because that's the first time you could tell that was the first time that they come in to search for the lady.
Yeah, but
Like
here's what
I'm
I was hoping
searching.
was going to happen was that one of them would have, you know how all the gossip, comes in the kitchen and the house servants and everything. I was hoping that word would have gotten to Lady Whistledown about who the mysterious gloved little woman was.
Mm,
Wouldn't that have been
Mhm.
a nice turn?
What
mm,
you say? He would have did what?
If word would have gotten to Lady Whistledown about where to find the gloved lady that
Hmm.
that's everyone's been searching for, that Benedict has been searching for.
Hmm.
If word would have gotten back to Lady Whistledown about where she could be found,
mm.
Hmm.
that would have been a real juicy piece of Whistledown.
Yeah, it would have. But
Mm.
Linda B, you right, because he don't give a damn. Benedict would have rolled out. I'm sorry, Benedict don't care. He listen. He is
And his
his
mother
brother's.
does want a love match, so that would be, I
Yeah,
guess.
his brothers. He is his brother's keepers. Okay, because the brothers is they all for it. You hear me? The sister
They done all
too.
been with a little piece of everything. They done been,
Okay, them brothers is something else. So I listen. They would have fought, and they all of them understand we're from this piece. You get what I'm saying? Because
Mhm.
they once were there with a what do you call them? With mistress. All of them then had them a piece of mistress, so
And
they
some paid
already
for
knew.
ones too. They done had some hired ones and some mistresses, opera
Yes,
singers,
yes,
dressmakers, corner
yes.
girls, the girls that were over in the damn at the painting house with the
Yeah,
house of
Linda
Emily
B. He would
Pugh.
have moved to another country, just like his other brothers was what willing to do for the other ladies, but they wasn't having it. They were like, I ain't trying to move out, but he would have made do. He would have made it do what it do. If all hell would have broke loose, he would have, because that's just their cabinet. They once they get captivated with somebody, baby, the brothers be like, fuck mama, daddy, and everybody else. Bye. Over the Panani, them brothers be like, well, I guess we gotta leave. Them brothers be ready to haul ass it and leave everything behind. So they be ready.
You know what I do? I love about this series, just about all of the series in general, is the fact that the Bridgertons, they marry one marries a melanated guy, one marries a melanated girl, and one's now dating the Asian. And I think that's very interesting how they're integrating the races,
I love
in.
it.
Mhm.
Mhm.
A
And
culture
you
of
don't see
real,
that as
real.
being an issue. There's not a social standing when you see that they're all supposed to be pretty much elite, and they're
Right,
all within the same. There's no separation. You don't
Yes.
see that at all.
right.
you know.
Very
And
And
telling. That's
nobody's
very telling.
and nobody's hollering prenup.
Right.
but everything goes with the name, so you ain't gonna look. As long as you stay in there, you got it.
Right.
Just
Ain't
not.
nobody hollering prenup. They like, come on, you ain't got no coins. Come on.
Well, you got
What's
to
Well,
have
they
that
do
called?
have to
coins
have a
Not
for the
coins.
diary.
dowry.
Not coins. Well, ain't shit. None of them had none.
The girls have to have supposed to have a diary.
I'm
Uh-huh.
talking
They have
about
a dowry.
Penelope ain't had no diary. Kate ain't had no
Yeah,
diary.
no, but they were all, but yeah, but they were all bull. Like the Featheringtons had a dowry, but their dad gambled it off, and then
Yeah,
Mama
but
got
I'm
it
just
off.
saying when they came into the marriage, they ain't have shit.
Yeah, because look at how they wound up having to get married anyway. So it was going to be, you couldn't cause more of a scandal than it was already. So,
I'm
yeah,
just
you
saying
go and
they
get married.
ain't none of them had nothing to prenup. Well, that's why I said, and the
Mhm.
Bridgertons ain't called prenup not once yet, and these motherfuckers
Yeah,
ain't got
that's what
shit.
I said. Once you're in there, you're in there. As long as look, just as long as you don't die, it's yours. The money comes with the name. If you're in there, you got it. Now you may not be treated
Mm-mm,
well, but you're gonna have it.
mm-mm. Yeah, they better be glad they had a Miss Bridgerton like the one that's in here.
Real.
Cause
Yeah.
baby, that if they would have had any other, it ain't many of them Bridgerton, no Miss Bridgerton like that. They'd be like, hell no, send that bitch back where she came
Right?
from. Girl, they would have had a fit. They would have croaked fighting against that marriage. You hear me?
You know
Child,
they
like,
would.
oh hell no, you got me fucked up. Ah, all right, so now Sophie goes to try to sell those Jews.
Mm,
Um, Sophie try to wait, hold on.
the shoe buckles.
Now, no, we gonna skip the main part. Now, we did talk about the subject, talk about not you are my subject. The queen told
Mm,
that to Danbury. That
right.
was so fucking hurtful. And it was the queen was out of pocket for that. I was so glad she apologized, but even for me, I wouldn't accept it. I wouldn't have. I would have been like, bitch. Oh hell no, that was crazy. And because baby, I couldn't. She didn't want to be alone. That was her whole thing. Because she asked, "What happens when he dies? What happened when he dies?" And that was a hurtful piece. That's why I said I was hurting for both of the ladies because you got this queen who
All
is
powerful,
all
but it's
powerful, but by
but weak.
herself
It's weak.
she's weak. She's
Mm,
weak. She's ruling by herself when her husband should be a
vulnerable.
ruler,
Very
and
vulnerable.
very vulnerable. And they are actually friends. So that really surprised me when she apologized to Danbury. And Danbury accepted that gracefully, but it was very insulting. But I think Danbury understood where she was coming from, but a motherfucker like me be like, I'm no fuck. Yeah, I would have been like, mm. But she was a dear friend because that was hurtful. When you say shit like that, that come from your chest, that come from your heart.
Well, I
But
think she was saying to be out of hurt. I don't think
that's why I
she's.
said, but it was out of
Yeah, she
hurt.
was
But
hurt. It
sometimes
wasn't
you
because she
say
really
hurt.
felt that way. Um, it
Uh,
was hurt. She was saying it to me. I thought she was saying it out of pain.
no, she was. But sometimes you say a lot of truthful shit in pain. You sure do. You sure do. You see a lot of people do it. People be hurt, and they'll come out and tell you the truth of how they really feel about your ass when they hurt.
I don't think that's how she felt about
No,
her though.
I don't
I don't
know.
think that's how she felt. She said it, but I don't
No,
think that's how
she
she felt
she
about her.
could be. I just said, me with my
Yeah,
ass.
yeah.
I would have took that and rode with it. Bitch, take your broom and go
And just
swing on it.
and just like the fair maid when she came to her and said that when the and he said, "Oh, she needs to." She was hiding behind the queen's guard, and she said, she's in a way," and she said she needs to go. She needs to take a break from her maidship, and she said, "Go." And so Danbury was like, "Oh, it's nice that you let her go." to take care of her business, but you won't let me go. And I was like, wow.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
And then she like, and the nerve of her, what does she expect the queen to do? Why would she? Don't they ask for? They don't even ask permission to do. Well, first of all, I was wondering, was she married? Is she having this baby out of wedlock? Since she needs to go to the countryside.
She said, "Don't even come back to this motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. She told her don't come back.
You're banished."
Mm-hmm.
What they say? What was the word back then?
Off with your head.
No, not back then. What they said?
Yeah, you were banished from the kingdom.
You was banished. What did she say?
They could have put in a tower of
What
London.
did I had? What VS said? You denounced.
Uh,
Denounced. I denounce you. Don't come back here. Anyway, that shit just was cold. That was cold. But I
it
get it.
was, and she knew that she had gone too far. She knew if
She
she let
did. She
Lady
said
Danbury walk
sorry.
out that door,
So to hear the queen say sorry, that was a lot. That meant a lot.
it
Shit.
was. Look, I knew
Mm.
she was getting dramatic when they showed her laid out flat on her back.
Right.
This heifer. Laid out.
Laid out on her back. She was miserable. Child is sitting in front of that empty chess game.
Oh, I'd
Child
like
at the
to talk
chess
about
game
the
that was not
conversation.
finished.
Yes, let's talk
Mm,
about the conversation they had about that when they were playing chess. One of the times
yes.
they were playing chess when she was saying, "Well, if what Lady Danbury asked Queen Charlotte, what are you going to do once you find out who Lady Whistledown is?" And she said, "Well, then I will have won." She said, "But then if you will have won, then what is
Right.
there left, right?" So then she was telling her that she was off of her game. So Lady Danbury said, "Oh, okay." So she moved her piece, and she said, "You know, you could have
Game
gave
over.
me a checkmate." She said, "Yes, but then the
The
game
game is
was
over.
over." And where's
Mm-hmm.
the fun in that? I said, "Oh shit."
Because she knew.
You knew,
See,
uh-huh.
the queen doesn't like to lose, and nor do she like an unfinished game.
And
So
once
she
it's over,
likes
it's
for
over.
it
So it was
to
like, what do you have to gain? There's no, after you say you get to say you won, then what? Now you're bored again. You ain't got shit else to do. Now
right.
you're gonna have to turn your sights on making somebody else miserable. So let's just do it like
And
this.
because you don't want me to leave, I ain't about to be sitting here playing these. See,
Okay.
I was
But do you
being a
see how she let
friend.
her know too?
Yeah.
She said, yes, I know. So I'm like, she checks you and checks you.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Lady
Sure
Danbury
did.
is not to be trifled with. Do you hear me?
Yeah, I love it. Listen, we could all say that I think our favorite is Danbury anyway
Yes.
uh throughout this whole series.
Yes.
Danbury is a bad mouth. Oh,
Yes, she is. Shut
oh,
your mouth.
sorry, I didn't ask for you. Yeah, she ain't to be played with. She's
No.
bad because she also know how to play mind games with you. You feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna
Who
play you at your
is
game, so I'm gonna play with you. See, you
right?
can't look. A gamer can't play a gamer. Okay,
Come
you
on.
can't fool me. So
Okay.
she is very, very important piece to the society.
And she
Very
plays her
important.
role very well.
Oh, yes, she does. And because you can't game a gamer, and she shows you that right there. Oh, I'm gonna play you at your own game. Let's see who wins. And the queen don't like to be tested. And
Okay.
and and she don't like that. And she knew she can't win. You can't win, girl. Listen, I'm the one who not that's a good piece or anything like that. But to be honest, girl, I'm keeping you alive. How about
She
that?
was holding all the cards for real.
I'm keeping you alive. Cause
Yeah.
literally, you know damn well the king ain't well. The king ain't well, and you ain't supposed to be calling all the shots in no place.
Right.
So you if the council find out about your shit, you sitting here being all this evilness That's why that's why there was a dungeon in
Ah,
those days. You
come
get what
on,
I'm
you
saying?
fool.
That's why there was a dungeon in those days, because we gonna make sure you don't speak. Okay? But you know, you ain't got no business ruling in the first place. Here you are calling the shots over my life. Really? When I know all where the crooks and crannies is. Girl, you better sit down. I was feeling some kind of way with what was going on with her and the queen, because yeah, it was a lot, Linda B. Wait a minute. Does this mean you won't be in that next season? I know, dear Barry.
Yeah,
I
but I get
know.
what you're saying, Linda B. Is it trying to write her out the season next season?
Uh-huh.
I hope
Hmm.
that's not the case because Danbury does play a very vital role. It's
She's
not
a
only in the
vital
Queen's
role
life, but in the
with
society life as
everybody in
well.
the society, period, because she's
Hmm.
holding it all together.
Yeah.
So I hope not. All right, so let's cruise on, y'all, so
Yeah.
we
Let's
can get this live over. All right, so Sophie tried to sell. We said that Eloise. Oh, when Eloise said to Benedict that you crossed over to the other side,
right.
she felt like their clubhouse was broken because now he got
He's looking love. He wants to be
what
in
she
love.
call, yeah, she could said that glove lady. I cracked up. She said, yeah, that glove lady. Now you
Mm.
want to be married. So now you done broke up. You done broke up our clubhouse where we weren't trying to be married. We was trying to be eligible for the rest of our days. Okay. And so that was funny. He was like, no, let's start back the clubhouse because I can't find her. And blah blah blah. You know, he went on with that. A-
Mm.
And then the scene went to, so the guy told Benedict, remember when um that the guy was talking to him, he went to the club, because he all hurt now and all those things. And so Benedict went back to this club on the outskirts, because that's where they all go party. It's never in town.
Mm.
And remember, the guy said, I fell in love with that actress. You remember her, Virginia? The Virginia, the actress. Remember the actress, right?
Right. I remember her.
Yeah.
The opera
And he
singer.
was like, what? And he was like, oh, really? And then he went outside after that, and that was crazy. He went outside just in time because they was going to
But check
violate.
this
So
out. Do you notice what he said when it started? I was like, well, we've fallen in love. So I'm thinking he's getting ready to say, oh, well, she's going to be my bride. No, she's agreed to be my mistress. I said, hey,
yeah,
that's
mistress, he ain't gonna claim her. Ain't that some shit?
falling in love. She's going to be my mistress. That's
Ain't
some
that some
shit.
shit? He talk about your mistress.
Still
He ain't
misguided.
trying to
You,
claim you.
he's still trying being he's still misguided. Cause see, if he'd have just hold on to his real emotions of how he felt about her, but maybe he hasn't had that awakening yet to that degree. But to that's not a sign of honor to be somebody's mistress. But I think it
Mm.
was because her social status is the reason why. Didn't he know her social
Oh
status at that time? Benedict, the reason why he said this is, oh, never mind. I think
no,
I'm
we ain't
talking too
talking
much.
about Benedict. We talking about.
I know. I scratched.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay.
Pump the brakes.
Sorry.
Oops. Pump the brakes.
I know, you know how we get there when we so entwined, and especially because we kind of peaked at the seasons already, so
Mm,
it kind of easy to do that. It's all good. Yeah, so he went on right on side just before, with the Sophie. Sophie done threw water in the dude's face, and he was about to violate her, but they start fighting. Benedict and the guy. Well, they ain't really fight. Benedict slugged him, had his ass on the ground. He like, all right, I'm sorry. So he done fired
mm,
Sophie, and
mm.
then she went to go, you know, walk, and he like, oh no, 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 I'm a, that was just crazy. And he didn't recognize her.
He
He
did.
was
He
like
still
Mr.
did.
Big Neck because they had the mask on.
Yeah.
And at this time, he done had the fight and stuff, so he couldn't look at the lips then. Cause the mask, she had a mask on, so he didn't recognize her. And she was a little hurt,
Yeah,
but
yeah, because she wanted him to recognize her. She wanted him
uh-huh.
to.
Hmm.
At this point, she wanted to recognize her because she done been cast out of her home,
So
then cast
much,
out of this
exactly,
second
yeah.
place. She like somebody be Calgon come and save me. Cause
She
this is
done been to the storm too
she done
long.
went to the pawn shop and shit and
Okay.
found out
Mm.
she still didn't have she just had enough money to catch a mail
Yeah.
carriage, not a regular carriage, but she had
A
to catch
mail
a
carriage.
carriage.
Child, that was crazy. Now, then they go
I
to the
think that man
flash.
lied to
Okay.
her about the value of those earrings too, because come on, though they're nobility. Do you think that
I
she
don't
really
think
did?
she, I don't think so because he knew that chain meant some money. I don't think he
Yeah,
lied. See,
yeah, but
remember that chain? He said, but now that
yeah,
chain,
right. He knew
that
that.
chain got some value. That's what he said.
Yeah, he did. But I'm thinking like, is he just trying to get her for more? Because seems
No,
to
he
me,
didn't want the earrings. He said the chain. That he
I
said that
know,
chain is fake. He said that chain is
I,
fake.
Not the
I mean,
chain.
not
It
the
was
chain.
it
He
was the
said
shoe
those
buckles.
the shoe
Those shoe
buckles was
buckles.
fake.
yeah,
Now
that's
the
shoe
chain,
buckles. I thought they were earrings.
no,
No, they
well,
were buckles
no,
from the
they were
shoes.
buckles for the
Well, yeah,
shoes,
I
and
know
that
he was
means that
saying
mother was
I know he said they were fake.
stunting with her broke ass. That's why
Yeah,
Yep.
she called her.
I know
Oh,
that he said
sorry.
that they were paste and not because diamonds had more weight. But I'm thinking to myself, is he just telling her that because he thinks she doesn't know the difference? Is
Right.
is what I was thinking, and I
Mm.
think that's when he did it. He saw, yeah, but that necklace, I'll give you something for that
But
necklace
he didn't
because he
take
could
them.
tell because he could tell that the necklace what did have value to it, but he still gave her a little something for those little buckles or whatever.
Yeah, he told her like I can't give you nothing but that chain. That
She
means
didn't.
that
She
mean
didn't.
that he knew them buckles wasn't shit.
But
And,
he
and
didn't take the chain though, because the chain was
no,
from her
she
mother.
wasn't giving that
No,
chain
Yeah,
up,
that
child.
was from
She
her
was like,
mother.
But that's what I'm telling you. That means that stepmom was fronting anyway with her broke ass.
Yeah, yeah.
Those probably was
Because
fake.
Posse didn't know. She thought they were worth some money when she gave them to her. She
right.
said,
Exactly.
don't
She
open
thinking
it until we get out of here. When you get out of
exactly.
here." She probably thought they were worth something.
And
But
they
Uh,
was.
mhm.
But that man knew that chain was worth something. He
yeah.
said, now that chain, I'll tell you, shit, that's worth some money. Now this shit right here, hell no. That mean that mama was fronting from the door.
Yeah.
That's why I was saying that's why she's making sure and focus. We need to get you married off. That's what I'm saying. Is
Right.
that why you need to
Exactly. Cause
spend
she
some money?
broke.
You mismanaged the money. You're broke now, and that's why I was wondering: did the father not leave provisions for her, but she messed over it, and now the girl is useless to her now because the money's gone.
But what I think too, I don't know because I have to go back and watch the rest of the series. But I also think possibly the dad made provisions for her. But I
That's what
think,
I'm
but I
saying.
think when she turned 18 or something like that, maybe when she came a certain age, the money was going to actually go to her anyway. So that's why that could be a reason why Dragon Lady was also trying to get her daughters married off because she wasn't going to be getting so much of this pot of this money. As long as she harbored her, kept her in the home, she was
Right,
getting money. But once she
right.
turned a certain age, I think the money was getting cut off. This is just a hypothesis, okay?
Yeah, I'm
I'm
following
not
you.
trying to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, she did, Linda B. Lady Bridgerton did say something about the dragon lady. That's why that dragon lady was salty when she first even seen Miss Lady Bridgerton. The Lady Bridgerton did say because see, it is the father with the money.
Right.
And
Right.
it's his family with that money, because
Mm-hmm.
she started talking about the aunts and stuff, Lady Bridgerton.
What did
That's
she
Mhm.
say?
remember she told Benedict, that's what she said,
Oh
oh,
yeah,
that
about the
glove
she
belonged,
did.
she said
She
that
sure
glove
did.
belonged to so and so. Yeah,
The Windsor
Victoria.
house. I'm gonna just say the Windsor house because it had the emblem in the glove. Yeah.
Right.
And she
That's what
said we
she was
used to
telling
have
her.
relationships with them years ago, but
Yes,
mhm.
but that lady was a different story. You get what I'm saying? She did. She
Mhm.
was saying about that lady. That's why that lady ain't like her. She was all like, she said, "Oh, I ain't seen you in a long time." Remember Victoria told her that? Oh,
Mhm.
you ain't been around, and she like, yeah,
Since my husband died.
all that. Yeah, my
And she probably
second, the
she
second.
second husband. She's a black widow spider. She probably had him did something to
Exactly.
him.
You never
Well,
had no money. You married in the money is what the fuck that sound like
you
to
think
me.
she may have killed him because she was like, I can't believe he's gone so soon.
Yeah.
But we don't know how he died.
Yeah,
So
that's what I'm saying. She might she's a black widow spider.
Probably
She pro-
killed her.
mm,
Who
mhm.
knows? Probably a long story. I think they got episodes on each and every one of these families. I think.
she could. She could. Sandra Rhimes could definitely could make
Well,
seasons
not
out of
Sandra. Now she don't have it, but there's other seasons about, like I told y'all, with their season. Shonda Rhimes just focused on the Bridgertons, but there is Queen Charlotte. There
yeah.
is other ones on all these some of these families that we're talking about. Like
Is it?
Feverton. Yeah, they got a whole. That's why I tell you. Yeah, they got some
I don't-
about. They got Victoria.
I
I
know they
think
got Queen Charlotte.
Victoria. They
Oh,
got Victoria, I believe, like how her family and something like that. They have about, yeah, they have different ones.
but it's
Yep,
not
they
done by
sure do.
Chandra Rhimes.
No, it's not done by Shonda Rhimes, but
Oh, okay.
they
Well,
there
are they
is
done
other
by are they
shows.
done by black executives? Because if they ain't, I'm not
I
watching it.
know you not gonna watch, but
Good.
Because I
I
like
don't think.
black. Because I'm
That
black. Okay.
Shonda is doing her thing. She, especially the music and the hair, the just everything. You can't reproduce
Can
what she
reproduce
does.
that.
No,
That's
you
right.
Mm-mm.
That's
Nah,
right.
she does a marvelous job with
Absolutely.
everything she put her hands on. I have truly enjoyed. I ain't gonna even
can't.
lie about that. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right, so now let's get into. We winding down. We almost done, y'all. We almost done.
Okay.
We at the last hall.
Okay.
So
Let's keep.
now we said, Sophie. Now, the stepmother told Sophie that it won't be the same, especially for you. I said, "What? Ain't this a motherfucker? Who
What
the
she when she
fuck?"
told her she wasn't gonna let her get hired nowhere in
No,
Mayfield.
no, 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 no. When
When?
they went to the flashback while they was at the daddy's grave, when they was at the funeral, went to
Oh,
the
oh yeah,
burial,
yeah.
she
Okay.
talked about, oh, yeah, it won't be the same without him, especially for you.
Mm.
And
Bitch.
she's standing there like, huh? Sophie looking at her like, what? So
Right at
that
the
broke my
gravesite.
heart. That just
Yeah,
broke
right at
my
the gravesite.
fucking heart. I said, damn, you wicked. You know what I'm saying? And I could relate in some ways. And I just was like, see,
Ooh.
people ain't shit when it come to money, honey. I'm gonna tell you something. They would try to control and do all the things of the things. It's just crazy. I said, what? But God reigns, okay? He
Mm.
reigns. But and saying her father didn't leave her nothing, and told her that the mom was a maid and the father's mistress, and and all of this stuff. Talking about you, talking about tell her you a illegitimate child. I said, damn. Now, lady, what is going on? I said, I don't know. You just made this child work as a maid all her life. As a maid.
All my life I had to fight my brothers and
I,
sisters. Mm.
I couldn't even imagine. doing anything to somebody's child like that. That just broke me. I can't relate in that way, but shit. She had a stronghold on that child's life. Ain't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
A stronghold on that child's life made her think she was a shit. So only thing you are worthy of is a maid.
And
And
it's
and,
gonna
and
find out the balance of her life is gonna be hanging in that very child's hands. Watch.
mm,
Watch. Something tells
amen.
me. Yep. Something tells me
That's
that.
that's just cruel.
So just pray
Now,
that she has mercy on you.
shit, child, that was cold at the grave. God damn,
That's the grave site.
at the grave site. Sophie was so confused. She like, wait, but my dad, you're not, no. Mm-mm, mm. And just to find out that way, it's just so you already put in that child's mindset that you will never be loved, you will never be wanted because that just was crazy. I don't know. And then yeah, that was deep. These are some deep ass stories though. But anyway, to close it out, Benedict convinced her to let him give her a ride because after that fight, she finally gave in, let him give her a ride because she was trying to walk in the door. He's like, you can't walk out here. I'm not going to let you walk out. It's dangerous. Like, you see what just happened to you. Why would you want to walk out here in the dark?
One more
And
thing.
you're a woman and go ahead. Sorry,
I
go
don't
ahead.
think we talked about the fact that when the Penelope paid for that party for her sisters.
That was last season.
No, that wasn't in this one. In the first
Mm-mm.
Uh-uh. That
Mm-mm.
was last season.
that wasn't in the. I thought that was in the first. You know what? Because I've watched three of them
That
today.
was
Ah,
yeah, that was season
okay. Because I
season
watched all
3.
three of them
Remember,
today.
because you didn't finish that. That's why.
Well, see, I did, but then what I did, but then when I go to watch, I like to go to the last episode I watched first to
Oh,
refresh
okay.
myself. And so I saw it all today, and I thought that was in it. I'm sorry.
No, you good. You good. Sure. Yeah, that was last season. We when she paid for her sister's to do the ball.
That
Mm-hmm.
ball.
Yep. That was yep. But offered her the ride, and then when he told her, "You are the only maid," I said, "Shit, you are only a maid." I said, "Lord, oh Benedict, you about to write you a check that your ass get cash. This is the lady you want to be with." Ah, it was just crazy. I was cringing at it, but he was just being honest, that because that's how he was raised.
Yeah,
And
he
he was like, she was
trying to
like, I
make her
would not
feel
put a
safe.
hand on you. Right. He's like, I wouldn't put a hand on you. You only a maid. Like, I'm not even supposed to look at you. I said, my. Girl, I said, Bennett, shut up. Bennett, shut up.
He didn't mean it that way, girl.
She was like, but you notice when he tried to help her in there, she snatched her hand. She said, I'm only a
Mhm.
maid. I said,
And that's right
oh.
then and there. I thought he was getting ready to sniff her wrist. Didn't it
Mm-mm.
look like he was gonna sniff her wrist and he was gonna realize it was her?
He was trying to help her in that carriage. She said, Mm-mm, I'm only a maid. I said, fuck me. I said, Benedict, shut up. This why are you talking? I said, shut up, God damn it, shut up. Oh my God. And he didn't mean it. He was just trying to make her know that, let her know I'm not going to hurt you. I ain't going to do what they did back there. That's him. And she like, I said, Lord, he done did that. And then it went off just like that, y'all. I couldn't tell you the most of, you know, when I say the emotions is just crazy and deep bedded and
Mm.
stories, there's a story in everybody's life. And why they avoid love, why they are, you know,
Seeking love. Mhm.
yeah, yeah,
And
you right.
they did allude again to something. We got a little bit, a hint of backstory with Lady Danbury and Lady Bridgerton's father. That she did kind of let it be known that without saying it, she said, I I know that what I do know is that you've been a good friend, and I know that my father was a good man, and that's all I need to know.
Yeah,
That kind
yeah.
of lets them like, okay, you had something, you had a little thing with her dad.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we did see. Yeah, that was yeah, last season
Yeah.
when they talked about that.
But
Yeah, what
but
did
then
you
she said it again this time, and I'm like, okay, because when they said it last season, I was like, okay, here comes the story, but it never came out. And even
Mhm.
now, so she said, and same with my brother, you've been a good friend, and he's a good man, and that's all I need to know. So
Right.
okay, all right, I got you, ladies. They have some really good friendships. They do. She is a good friend. I love her friendship with Lady Bridgerton, and I love her friendship with Queen Charlotte and her crazy ass. Charlotte is a nut, but I like her.
that is what he meant. Well, in a way is what he meant, but he was also trying to reassure her that you're a maid and I'm not even supposed to be looking at you, so I'm really not going to touch you. So he was just reassuring, but that was the wrong example of him to use to reassure her that he wouldn't touch her. You know what I'm saying? It was just a wrong example. That's okay because he didn't know that it. Well, it's not okay, but it's okay because he really didn't know that that was the lady he's looking for.
Right. Right.
So
But
he really was just trying to say, "Look, you're a maid. I can't even. I'm not even supposed to be looking at you." My mother would.
but
My
I mean, he
mother
looks
would
at other
say,
women, so that I don't take it. I didn't take it that way. I took it as to say that that was just showing his protective side, regardless of what her stature in life is. You know
"No,
what I mean?
that's what
That's
I'm saying." He was trying to reassure her, but
right.
it wasn't touching. It just came out wrong because he didn't realize that's the lady he's looking for. So
Right.
he was trying to say that my mother, always told me like we're not supposed to even look at you. Like you're not supposed to be looking at maids and stuff like that. So, but
What is that?
it just came out bad. That's all. It just came out weird and he was just trying to really say, I'm not gonna hurt you. You could ride with me. Come on. Like I just want to make sure you get to a self destination. But it was cool that he said, "I'll show you. I'll find you another job." So it's just. But this show is really really telling and deep. And because they have so many different stories about themselves, is very interesting. It's very interesting, and I can't wait until we get more and more into season 4. Okay, because it's gonna have us longing. Now, just read my book before we close out and ask how everybody feel. Have you been thinking about what show we're gonna do on your channel?
No.
Oh. Ah! Look, I keep putting just read my book on the spot. She's like, girl, if you don't leave me alone with this show stuff, we'll find another show. But
I've got, you know what?
um,
I've got something that I actually, there's something I want to do, but
because it
I
don't have
don't
to
know.
be a series. It could be a
There is
movie. It
one,
could
but I'm
be.
telling y'all, it's quirky. It's really quirky.
Well, I had to get you to say yes to this, so why not?
Okay, yes, I do have a show.
Okay,
Should
I
I
mean,
maybe
I had
let
to
you
get you to
watch
do
one
this.
episode first to see if you want to do it?
That's what I said. Send us an email us and see what we looking at. Just read my book.
I sure
Since
will.
you
I can't
putting
wait.
that out there, because now I'm like, oh Lord, what is it? Honestly, he could have just left her there. Yeah, he could have. He was showing that he was truly a kind man by helping her, right? Absolutely. But she was pissed. She was just pissed, Linda B. You are so right. I felt like there was a lot showing Benefit's true character, that maybe he was a hoe, but he was a hoe with a heart. Not hoes with hearts.
Oh no, you did. Wait.
Ah! That's what she wrote. Little, I just summed it up. Not hoes with hearts.
Don't
Baby, this is
mess
gonna
us up.
be a great season. I can't wait for this was great. The most what was so intriguing with this is because it's kind of hard to spin into different people's lives and tie a whole series in one. Do you guys agree?
Say that
Hmm.
again.
Did I say that right? It's hard to spin off with different stories but tie a whole series in one.
Hmm.
Because
Well,
you know how crime, like you look at some of these series and there be different stuff, and like it doesn't really tie in too
yeah,
much.
but when it should, because there should be something that brings each one together that makes it a whole piece at the end, at the finale.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, like it should have. It's more like it's kind of like, do we go
Yeah.
into the next series and it just focus mainly, but I love how they play around and still mingle the other characters from the different seasons.
Like that's how I liked that's how I felt about The Wire. It was so well done. Even though they had each season was distinctly something different, at the end of the series, each season connected with each person. They came together. Every season connected to each other. There was a way that they
Mm.
had that tied all of the seasons together.
Right. So that's why I kind of like
Yeah.
it, especially on this type of spin. And they're all relatable to where the last and is showing the more exposure to. I just never seen them take a whole family. I've never seen them take a whole family and make seasons out of them. Let's say that. Like how they just change faces and it's just kind of like, oh, okay, this is what you about. And but it's still tied to family, and then each showing, each highlighting each other's struggles, their positives, their strengths, and their weaknesses, in doing all those things of a thing. I don't know, I'm just enjoying it, and it's an eyesight because you're always looking for the next wig, the
Not the
next
next week.
wig, the next dress, the next, you
Oh,
know what I'm
okay.
saying?
Yeah.
So kind of like, yeah, you're trying to look for it, like, oh, what they gonna have on him?
But you know what
Like
I
you
did notice? This time they did, they always bring one back, and like you said, each season it's another family member's time or whatever.
mm,
But you still see everybody come back. But this time
exactly.
you
You don't see the
didn't see,
Weatherspoons.
huh?
Who's the Weatherspoons?
The what is they? Wasn't their name the Weatherspoons? The redhead lady and her two girls. Yeah, they're not in. You don't
Oh
see them.
yeah, I didn't see much. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we didn't see. We saw them in the beginning when it started with the
Yeah.
baby, when
But I'm not
Yeah,
Penelope with the
right.
baby, but they
But they're not a
weren't.
primary focus. Yeah.
They're not in. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. They're not in the episodes to it. Like they have
but
no
everything, yeah, but the Bridgertons
character.
are around, yeah, because it's always surrounded by it's all about their family. But
Mm.
what I noticed this time is that what's her name? The first daughter, the one that married Simon?
Mhm.
Daphne.
Daphne, she wasn't there this time.
No, no, no.
But
And
she's been
and,
back
and
every other season she's come back. She wasn't the main focus, but when there was a wedding, she was there, but she wasn't there this time.
Yeah.
well, it just started. So how it's kind of like there is no wedding
And it
yet.
was
So we don't know
her
if she's
mother's
gonna
first
come
big
pop in.
ball. Her mother's taking over the masquerade ball of the season, and she wasn't there.
Maybe she's just, yeah, I don't know. But it just
Yeah, it's just
started. So
something to
maybe,
see
and then
out.
we do know they probably be, these folks be doing other shows so they can jump in and out. Yeah, I need to see more Simon. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, Linda B, because you already know I am a big Simon. And yeah, I want to see he is easy on the eyes, baby. But I ain't gonna stay too long. Ladies, I want to before I don't drop down, I'm gonna close out the show, but I want to speak real quick before we hang up. Um and and this is the end. Y'all want to give y'all closing?
I
I
was
think we did already, right?
I think
Yeah.
we did do kind
yeah.
of.
Yeah. All I would say is, dearest readers, I'll see you next week.
Dear's readers. And and I promise I want to do some quirks and things. And like I said, I keep the link pinned. Like Linda, don't worry. You could come up with us, and come. You done watch the show. You could come talk about it. Come talk about it. All right. Cause it ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with a little chit chat, and at least especially you can include your pointers on things, and then maybe we miss something, because our minds be
Yeah.
trinkling sometime too. Everybody, you can't catch everything,
Oh,
but
shoot.
you are always a welcome to come up and join us, those who watch the show, and just enjoy it, and maybe touch points that we didn't touch.
That's right. We will enjoy y'all coming up if you want to.
We definitely would, because it
Yeah.
it's always the more the merrier. Sometimes,
Yes.
as
And the
long as
more
y'all
points of
staying on
view.
the topic, we good.
Yeah, because we all come up with our own points of view on the same
Kimberly
thing.
is the
So
new lady. Whistle down.
hey.
Kimberly, listen. I love how we all have different thoughts and views on the show, and that is
Mhm.
always beautiful. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you start thinking differently, because then you don't see some things. That's why sometimes, I may miss something. Kimberly may miss something. Just read my book may miss something, but it's all good because look, or we just don't, we don't,
Yeah.
we feel different. Period.
Yeah. We can have different perspectives,
That's
even
right.
though we view the same thing. So,
Mhm.
and
Because
everybody's
that's
opinion is
normal.
welcomed. Really, everybody's
That's the
opinion is
Absolutely.
fun part
welcome.
of it. That's the fun
That
part of
is
it,
the
to see
fun
that we
part
all
of it.
do the same thing and then have a different take on it. We get to see other people's and hear other people's ideas on how they sometimes it can make you even
Absolutely.
look at something different. You're like, you know what? I didn't notice that. Yeah.
Hmm.
Absolutely. And that's always good. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Mm-mm.
But we're going to bid you a good night, everybody. We
Thanks.
appreciate y'all for coming. I'm going to chit chat with y'all real quick before
Okay.
I completely sign off.
Okay.
But with that being said, I enjoyed the show. Thank y'all all. Linda B. I saw drop down
Foot,
Muffy,
foot soldier.
Foot Soldier. We have Ronnie Q come
Cute.
in the building.
Yeah.
I said Linda B already, right?
Yes, you
Yeah.
did.
Said Linda B. And I can't remember who else. I'm trying to scroll up to see, because Linda be typing, baby, and I appreciate you. Don't stop typing, honey, because
Muffy
we
does
love
it.
the engagement. The more, the merrier. Yeah, I said Muffy. So we appreciate y'all for coming through, showing out. And so next week, don't forget, it's Saturdays. The new schedule is Saturdays at 5 p.m. Eastern time. And sorry that we were late. this evening, but it's okay. We still come on through. Sometimes things happen, and we
Mhm.
all right with that, right? And we
Mhm.
showed up and we still came through, and that is what it's all about. So, with that being said, I hope y'all have a wonderful weekend. And stay blessed, stay sucker free. And I'll be seeing y'all on these streets, though.
Good night, everyone.
All right, good night. Later, y'all. Peace.